My name is Isaiah Castellanos, and this will be my very first video. Now, what am I doing on this platform exactly? Well, the reason why I'm here is to look back on my journey as not just an entrepreneur, but as a man, as a brother, as a future father, as a friend, a better person all around the spectrum. Every spectrum you can think of, just become better at. Right now, I'm close to the bottom. I know some things here and there, but by all means, if you are looking for someone to, what's the word here? To idolize and learn how to live your early 20s or teenage years, do not go to me. I'm here to propose my journey, and I'm not going to have all the answers for you. I may even be wrong, but this is similar to like a journal. I recommend going to older gentlemen who have lived through those moments and see if they line up with your values. Now, I will be proposing information that I find useful for me. And you're more than welcome to follow, but I am not an expert at being 20 years old. Hell, I'm not even 20 years old yet. I'm only 19. But my 20th year of living is right around the corner, and this video's been long overdue. Now, what I wanted to talk about was fear. Throughout my life, every essay, every new experience, I always wanted to be perfect. I was scared of not being perfect. I was scared of making mistakes and not looking good. But I was brainstorming on this paper right here, and it was quite interesting what had came up. First 10, simple. But after the 10, a lot more enlightening for me, at least. Now, I'm going to elaborate on 12 more. Sorry, I say 12. That's the number that the word was on. But the first few is time, energy, and effort. Of course, the main prompt, don't let me catch ahead too far. The main prompt of this brainstorming is, what am I willing to sacrifice in order to live an extraordinary life? And that is what I want. I want a life that I am grateful for. Now, first three, I have to sacrifice time, sacrifice energy, sacrifice effort. Of course, if you want anything out of this world, you need those three things. So it's quite simple. The next three is video games, pornography, and social media consumption. Not all social media consumption is bad, but the unproductive ones tend to be time wasters. Now, I enjoy podcasts, good podcasts, not crappy kind, but podcasts, tutorials, hell, motivational speeches, or documentaries. All are good. But to watch people build sandcastles, if I were to go to the beach, building a sandcastle is probably not the first thing I'm going to do. So why would I want to watch someone else build one? Or seeing glass bottles break down a stack of stairs. There's no information that comes from that I truly want to learn. So, depends on what content you're consuming. At least for me, anyways. When I say you, I mean, you can take it as you, but I'm also kind of saying it to myself. Let's see. The next few were weekends, money, and attention. Now, of course, weekends make you weak. Money, you need money to leverage it to make you more money. Very simple stuff. And attention, that one was a good one. I'm a wrestler, as you can see. In wrestling, there's 3 sections you can put your attention to. Attention in before the match, during the match, and after the match. Okay, before the match, okay, what am I going to do? Who is this guy that I'm wrestling? Is the guy long and skinny? Is he big and bulky? Or is he just an absolute monster? Okay, where's my mental at? Am I nervous? Do I have a mindset of a monster? Because mindset is huge, but not to get into depth. And then there's attention during the match. Okay, is there any patterns that I see? What can I do right now? What do I need to avoid? What is he tripping me up on? And after the match. Okay, what could I have done better? That one is important. What could I have done better? What is there to do? Is there something that I did that cost me the match, whether win or lose? So attention is very, very important for improving. And the next few is unproductive thoughts, sleep, and fears. Unproductive thoughts, my greatest example of this is I was sitting down with a group of people and I just wanted to conversate. And they decided to, I guess I participated as well, but was I fondly entertained by it? Not really. But we decided to talk about which there was more of. Windows or doors in the world. Just thinking about it alone annoys me. Because how is figuring out is there's more doors or more windows going to affect my life positively? I'm not going to go in much depth, but I'm sure you can think of so many questions and so many theories to back you up on whether there's more doors or windows that we did not cover. But productive thoughts also ties into, is the thoughts I'm having good for me? Are they bad for me? Am I using it to learn something new, or am I just using it to degrade myself? Sleep, I'm going to have to sacrifice sleep for sure. This might be some days where I can't get a project done during the day, so now I have to risk the time into my sleep. And from now on, I'm going to wake up at 6 a.m. No later. No later. Might be sooner, but definitely not later. That is the limit. No matter if I go to bed at 12 o'clock, 4 o'clock, or 5:30 a.m., I will get up at 6 a.m. Great. Glad we're on the same page. And number 12, fears. So how I mentioned is I was always worried on how to perfectly start something, especially like essays, so it would take me lots of time just to come up with a sentence, with a simple sentence, a hook. But when I wrote this down, it made me realize that nothing starts out perfect. The book of Genesis in the Bible, God did create a perfect world to a certain extent. Even down the line, the people that he had put into this world had sinned and betrayed him. And he had to completely wipe off the world with the flood and kind of restart. So everything in the beginning is completely not perfect. I'm definitely not ever going to be perfect. Am I going to strive to be perfect? Yeah. And is that perfection? Not necessarily, but I do want to be the best version of myself. And I hope that everyone does want to become the best version of themselves too. Because that's a being that everyone would be grateful to be. And similar to this, I held off this video because I wanted it to be perfect. But obviously you could tell this video is not perfect whatsoever. But I'm just hitching at it, and I will learn. We're definitely learning a lot of things right now. Comfortability, temptations and wants. Comfortability, killer for me. Killer. Comfortability is for children. I'm not a child anymore. I don't deserve to be comfortable. That was my time as a young adolescent. I don't receive that privilege anymore. Temptations and wants. They're similar things. But in order to have true discipline, you must fight your temptations and fight your wants. Just because you want something doesn't mean it's good for you. Just because your body tells you you want something doesn't mean it's good for you. So I'm willing to sacrifice those things. Sleeping in, another comfortability one. I have stuff to do. I can't afford to sleep in. Laziness. Stuff to do. Can't afford to be lazy. Childhood. Childhood is another one. One that I still linger to with like a pinky. I still hook on it with my pinky. But I need to let go. I have let go. Now I need to evolve, transform into this manlyhood state. Can't have manlyhood with childhood. And last but not least is my past. I haven't had the most productive past. There's a lot of lessons that I could have learned from, and I definitely am. No regrets here. But I said it when I wrote it, and I'll say it again. I, Isaiah Castellanos, will give up my time, energy, effort, video games, porn, social media, weekends, money, attention, unproductive thoughts, sleep, fears, uncomfortability, temptations, wants, tardiness, sleeping in, laziness, childhood, and my past for an extraordinary life. Because that is what I deserve. Because that's what will make me grateful the most in this life. Thank you very much. I'll be back tomorrow. No clue what I'm going to talk about. No clue. But I'm going to strive. I'm going to strive, and I'm going to swim. I'm not a quitter. But thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it.